Hey guys, Coach Brick's back. Another one of our episodes, our podcast on God's training. And I hope you guys have liked the first couple that I've talked about. I know from what we're going to cover, and that's just very minimal, but just some of it. And I like your input as well. So if you have a topic that you like when it comes to natural type of ways that the body and the human should train, how God designed us, then reach out. Let me know because I think that's going to be important that I can get you guys information so we can continue to progress. All right. Also, I hope you liked the first episode. We talked about, what the one thing the human body really only knows, besides God, because we are spirit beings, is survival. It only knows how to survive. And all for that, I talked about it in the next podcast about adaptation and healing. And that's all we do. I wanted to talk about something a little bit different here. And we're going to get back to these topics here a little bit later on in another podcast. But I wanted to talk about what we're going through, okay? And everybody hits this mark, usually everybody's typical New Year's time frame. And it's this thing about motivation, okay? How motivated are you to continue? And I think that's where the problem lies with most people, okay? Why we don't eat better, why we don't stop doing things that are bad for us, um, why we don't continue to work out. And I think these are issues because we try to say we always have to be like, well, you got to be motivated to do it. Okay. Motivation is great for like a one-time thing. Like I'm coming to a big game. We're playing the number one team in the country. We're maybe 500. I'm motivated. I'm fired up to play them. Okay. Fired up. Okay. Motivated to get up the next day because it's a huge day. I'm going to go hiking, Mount Washington. I'm going to do that. I'm motivated. Okay. Here's the issue with motivation is it only lasts very short. It's a very short term temporary thing. But that's where people really miss it. They listen to these motivational speakers and it sounds great on the outside, but it doesn't get you where you need to go. What I always tell an athlete or I tell my clientele is you have to be self-disciplined. See, that's what we should be aiming at. That's what we should be driving home with people. It's not motivation. Like I said, motivation is very short-lived. The body gets motivated quickly and then it loses itself. Okay. So as dopamine hits. Self-discipline is something totally different. Self-discipline is doing things constantly over and over, even if you don't like doing them, because the end result will get you where you are. So let's go to the Northeast or even anywhere in the North. The worst time of year tends to be January, February, beginning of okay. Everybody will say December. Yeah, December can be cold, but you're around the holidays and stuff like that. So it's not quite as bad. But once you get to January, the holidays are over, February, it's gray, gloomy out, it's cold. Getting up and continually going to the gym or whatever kind of workout you're going to do tends to fall off very quickly. I would say nine days, maybe 14 days tops, and most people have stopped. I'm not saying everybody, but the majority of people have stopped. After a month and a half, you're probably looking at 90 some percent because they don't have self-discipline. They never formulated that into them. They never worked on that part. They've never been told about that part. It's just a motivational thing. Yeah, I'm going to get up January 1st, January 2nd. I'm going to work out. Yeah. January 3rd. Okay, man, I'm ready. January 4th, January 5th. It's a little cold out. I'm going to stay in my bed. And, I'm a little sore. That's because you try to use motivation to get what you need to do. I need to drop 20 pounds. Same thing. You need self-discipline. Self-discipline is what will set you apart from everybody else. Now, kids ask me many times, what time do I get up? Okay, I'm self-disciplined that I get up anywhere between 1:30 and 3:30. Typically, it's 3:30 in the morning. Now, I know people will be like, that's so early, that's so early. I agree with you. I'm not saying everybody has to do this. This is just my discipline. Okay. Do I go? I go to bed much earlier now than I used to. I don't stay up till 10, 11 like a lot of people do. I go to bed, I'll try to get to bed between 8:30 and 9:30. You know what I mean? Out, sleeping. As soon as I hit the bed within 5, 10 minutes, I'm gone. Okay. It doesn't take me very long to sleep because I burn all that stuff off throughout the day. I really work hard, do all the stuff I need to do. I'm motivated, to get better. I'm self-disciplined to get better. And I keep doing it. Okay. That's what you got to find inside yourself. You got to find that self-discipline of why you're doing it. So my self-discipline is to provide for my family. That's why I get up early. That's why I work as hard as I do. That's why I do the things I do, take care of my body so I can participate with my kids, do the things with my wife, those kind of things. I'm self-disciplined to do those things. It's not a motivation thing. Like I said, every once in a while, am I motivated to get up and do something? 100%, but I'm self-disciplined to do it. I want to do it because I want to be there for my kids. I want to see them participate. I want to be there as long as I possibly can to get to their games, to help them out, to participate in their sporting events, throwing a ball with them and doing those things. I want to be able to go on hikes with my wife. I want to be able to do these things, go on different vacations, those types of things. That's why I do it because I self-discipline. It's not a motivation. That doesn't motivate me. That's a discipline that I have inside of me. That's what we all have, but we never been told that. That's why when you guys are driving off motivation, that's why we fail. We fail because the motivation dies off quickly. It can't be sustained for very long. It's just not how our brains are wired. Our brains are wired to you have to train and understand why, deeper meaning. Motivation is something very, in my opinion, superficial. And all these motivational gurus that you're listening to is great, but they're not really getting deep in there. You'll hear some talk about self-discipline, but the majority don't. That's what separates people. Self-discipline. You hear about Kobe Bryant always getting up early, going into the gym, being the first one in there, and people saying, "I'm going to beat Kobe there," and they get there at like 5:30 or 6. And Kobe's already finished a workout because he got in at 4 or 3:30 to work out. He was self-disciplined to be the best he possibly could be and be one of the best players. Jordan was the same. Those kind of things, these are the things that separate people. We all have it in us. The self-discipline is all in us, but we don't unleash it. And we don't unleash it with our kids. That's where we fail with our kids because we allow them to slide on things. Okay. When they don't feel good. Okay, Johnny, you don't have to go to practice. Oh, Johnny, your little toe hurts. Okay, Johnny. Okay. That you're not teaching them anything. They're only going when they're motivated to go. No, they got to be self-disciplined to go. Yes, they're going to have times that they're not going to want to go, but they still go. That's the difference. You have to sometimes push people into that. People had to do it with me, had to push me. But then I found that discipline of getting up every day makes life easier throughout the day. When I don't, okay, get up that early, throughout the week, my day's all wrecked. I'm all off. Okay. But that being disciplined, I can do it. I can still work out. I still get up and do these things. That's what we got to find inside of us. Okay. So I want you guys to focus on self-discipline as you guys move forward. All right. And that's going to help us out as we continue on with these short blurs in the podcast here. These short podcasts that we're doing is a self-discipline type thing. I want you to start working on one thing. Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, why do you want to be better? Why do you want to lose weight? Why? Find that why. Hey, I want to go play with my kids. Okay, then make that your discipline. Okay, I need to stop eating fries every night, or I need to stop eating X, Y, and Z after 7 o'clock. All this junk food. Start that. Watch what happens. Not motivation, self-discipline. We'll talk more about it. Reach out, comments, concerns, guys. Hope you guys have a blessed day. God bless you. Take care.